So we're ready to start. We've got all our parts laid out. We've got our two sides, the two backs there, and we have another back over here, because there's actually three backs because it's a corner cover. We have our face frame that we're going to put together. We have our kick plates. We have the bottom. This is the bottom of the cabinet that already has the Lazy Susan spinner on it. This is the shelf. And we've got the other Lazy Susan spinner over here. And up here, we've got our hinges. We've got special hinges for the Lazy Susan door because it is a bifold door. So it needs two sets of hinges. And then these are the two cross support brackets, which you will see once we start assembling. And we have our two doors right there. So this particular cabinet is an LS33. That stands for Lazy Susan, and 33 means it takes up 33 inches of wall space in either direction, because it is a corner cabinet. So the first thing we do is assemble the face frame together. There's already pre-drilled and countersunk holes right there. Put our screw in there, line them up nice and flush, and then ease that in, nice and snug, but don't over tighten. Same with this one right here, just like that. And then flip the face frame over and do the same thing for this end right here. We need to decide whether this is going to be right hinged or left hinged. So you need to look at your floor plan and look at the letter, whether it has an L or an R after the code name for the cabinet. If it's a left-hand hinge, then it has to end up going like this with these notches, which is where the hinges are going to go. This has to be on the left side. If it's a right-hand hinge, then we're going to flip it over and do it this way, so that the hinge ends up on the right-hand side. So we've decided that this will be a right-handed hinge. So here we have the notches denote where the hinges are going to go. So the notches have to be on the right-hand side. But in order for us to assemble this cabinet, we are going to assemble it upside down. So we're going to turn this around like this and put it flat on the ground, and then we can start assembling. We are turning this cabinet upside down. This is the cutout for the kick plate, so this will end up at the bottom once we're done. So we take this side here and we put it into the dovetail slot. And push it all the way down. Goes all the way down so it's nice and flush, just like that. Remember, we're always keeping all the grooves, always go to the inside of the cupboard. Dovetail in the slot. And down we go. All the way down, nice and flush. So there's our two sides on. This is the bottom of the cabinet. The bottom of the cabinet is full size, and it already has the Lazy Susan spinner on it. And we're going to put that in place right now. We're going to lift this up. And this goes right in the grooves. Okay, it goes in just like this. Get it in there tight. Just like that. There we go. Just like that. Okay, down in there. There. Remember, this has three backs. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to start with one of them. Remember, the grooves always go to the inside of the cupboard. And on this one, we have the straight piece here goes into the grooves down there, and the ones cut on the corner go to the back here that has the corner cut on it. So now we'll fit this in, get it into the groove, and then it goes right in here. So like that. Once again, the grooves go to the inside of the cupboard. The straight one goes here, and the one cut on the angle goes at the very back. Let's get this one in here. Just like that. Every once in a while, get things pulled tight so that you don't want it falling apart on you while you're halfway done. So to help hold this together while we're assembling, I'm going to put a corner bracket in here. They're already pre-drilled for you. And so the one with the small holes goes over here. The wider holes goes on over top of it, keeping the middle hole always to the outside. So these corner brackets will hold it nice and tight while we're getting ready to put our back in. Now the back slides down in these grooves. We put the painted side goes to the inside, and the pre-drilled holes are there for us to put screws into the bottom here. So they have to line up after it's in. So we put this in the groove there, and the groove over there, and then this slides right down all the way, nice and flush right there. And now we'll put 2 screws in right there. Okay. There we go, just like this. Now we're ready to put these ones in. These, once again, they're all nicely pre-drilled. This holds the bottom very secure and gives stability to the cabinet. Always make sure that the screws go in nice and straight. Never over tighten. So next, we're going to put our kick plate in right here. We have some brackets to attach to them, and the brackets are all pre-drilled. You can see the holes, they're already there. So this is our kick plate. The first thing we do is get it oriented here. So the notches will end up fitting over here, like that. And then the first thing we do is screw it together this way. See, we've already got pre-drilled holes. Hold it nice and straight. There we go. Now we'll put our brackets in. We've got a bracket to go on each side. That will secure the kick plate in place. These holes are all pre-drilled. Makes it nice and easy. Now the cabinet is ready for us to flip over and start working on the top. So now that we've turned the cabinet right side up, we're ready to put in all the support brackets that go in all the corners. Put it in here. Make sure your joints are nice and tight and flush. And the screws are already pre-drilled for you to make it nice and easy. There we go. Nice and flush everywhere. Do the same thing over on this side. Make sure you pull these tight so they're nice and flush. So here we have our corner brackets. We've taken them out of the package. We have 4 of them because we have 4 corners to do. These are already pre-drilled to make it nice and easy. Just put them in the corner. Make sure that things are nice and tight and flush. Make sure it's nice and tight and flush. These corner brackets add a lot of strength to the cabinet. They keep it square, they keep it sturdy. So once we have this one in, then we just go around to all the other corners and do the same thing. So we have a couple of different options for installing the Lazy Susan spinners. The first one is to put these brackets in, and that will hold the Lazy Susan shelf right here. So these are pre-drilled. You can see some holes there that you can already use, or you can raise these up or let down for any height that you'd like, so that you can customize the height of your Lazy Susan. But what we're going to do is we're not going to use these. We're going to put the whole shelf in, which is right here. We've already put the pins in, and now we'll put the shelf in. The shelf just goes in up here, like this. Just like that, and there we go. And then, if you want to use the Lazy Susan, we can put it right on top of that, just like this. This goes like that. Put it here. Have a look at your spacing here. You'd like to have the spacing even, so just adjust it so the spacing is even, and then we'll just put a couple of screws in each one, and that secures it so it can't move anywhere. The Rockwood cabinet is really nice and strong, very sturdily built, but if you'd like a little more stability in the center piece, they supply you with these extra brackets that can go in just like this, and that will strengthen things up. Everything is all pre-drilled. There's pre-drilled holes in the back for these to screw into. The corner cabinet with the Lazy Susan in it has a special bifold door. So we have 2 types of hinges. We have these hinges here, which they call 180 hinges because they open up full 180 degrees. And then we have this set of hinges, which actually joins the 2 doors together. And they are totally adjustable in every direction. Remember when we first started this cabinet, we decided that we were going to hinge it on the right. And here we are. We've got our hinges going on the right. And so the plate will go on right over top of that, and that's where the hinges go, just like that. Okay, so here we go. We've got the 180 hinges. We look for the pre-drilled holes. You'll also notice a small line stamped into the plate. That's your center line. So for starters, we always aim for center. You can see the line that goes across there. Okay, now we'll put the other one in, just like that. So they call these 180 hinges because they open up a full 180 all the way around like this, which is what we need for the bifold door to work. The door that has the extra set of holes drilled in it is the door that attaches to the hinges that are already on the cabinet. So these ones go to the cabinet. So then we're going to take the hinges that join the two doors together. They fit right in the hole there and already pre-drilled. Once again, they fit in the hole. They're already pre-drilled. So let's screw those in first. There's four screws for these. So what we'll do here is just lift the door up slightly. Snug, but don't over tighten. The door will end up going on like this and being attached to these hinges right here. So to make it easy, what we do is we open the hinges up like this, and then we'll take the door and put the door onto the hinges, just like that. Like that. These hinges have adjustment every way, so once we close the door, we can adjust for the gap here. We can adjust to make sure everything's nicely lined up. And we can adjust these doors so that they are exactly equal up at the top, nice and flush. The adjustment is this plate has a slot in it. See the elongated slot? So when we loosen the screw off, then we can move it up and down in the slot here. And by moving it up and down in the slot, that raises the door up or down. Always remember, before you close your door, make sure that your Lazy Susan spinner is out of the way. There we go.